Hey Cancer, it's Jen with Lady Tarot 911. Welcome to the channel. Let's find out what is going to be happening for you this month in January 2025. So as I've told the other signs, I'm noticing that there is a flip of the normal zodiac energy that is present in your sign naturally. So for Aries, that drive is subdued in January. There's more of an inner reflection. For Taurus, that groundedness, there's going to be a flip of that energy, and instead of it being a material 3D grounded nature, things that they can, that they can see and count on, it's going to be more of a faith-based. And for Gemini, theirs was about potentially wanting communication, because their sign is about communication, conversation. However, the conversations might not, they might be just kind of wonky in January. So we'll see for you, Cancer, what this energy, we are in the energy of Mars retrograde in your sign, Cancer. So that's a fiery energy that is being the fiery energy against the Cancer nurturing emotion energy. So it's about going deeper. It's about speaking feelings, being vulnerable. And then we also have, as of tomorrow, Mercury in Capricorn. And that is obviously about communications being, being assertive and coming in, communications, messages, actually, manifesting either, and communication, again, I remind you, can be from your people, the situation at hand, from other people, from your own intuition, from tarot reads, from the news, from, things that, universal signs and synchronicities. So when we talk about Mercury and communication, you have to factor in all forms of communication and not just be zoned in on potentially one form, like direct contact. So, and this can also be email, text, direct communication, third-party communication. So you have to consider it all, and it's all for a purpose. So just remember that. So healing, that is what Gemini got. So there can be a connection with the Gemini energy or, communication. Okay, what else? So there's a real distrust here right now, and this could be of an ex-partner or, oh, look at that. Interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay, so in the bottom, okay, oh, 2 came out, I didn't mean, and look at that, healing and spiritual. So, all right, let me, again, I say this is a new setup for me, so I am working on making sure that it's, or trying to do my best to make sure that it's all on camera. Okay, so Cancer, it looks like there's a distrust of a certain situation or a person, and that's because of confusion, maybe because of lack of communication, not feeling safe in knowing what's happening with a situation or some type of love connection with an ex-partner. Now, the way that I read these modified Celtic crosses is that this is of the past, so like 2024. I mean, the past can also be 0.5 milliseconds ago as well. This is present, and then this is upcoming future, which what I've explained, and you'd have to go back to my other videos, is that past and present are always, it's always together. That's why they say, and it comes from Einstein, so it's scientific and not like woo-woo spiritual time. It's not a timeline of energy from 1 minute to the next. In reality, it's always just like here in the present, and that's why they mention staying in the present. So there could have been, or there could be, by the time that you watch this, maybe 0.1 second before you watch this, maybe an ex-partner, and this could be business partner, love partner. It could be in some type of collaboration that you're trying to show patience and I guess not humility, but just trying to be in a neutral, stoic zone with this X situation that's coming in. But when it comes in, it might create some type of confusion or misunderstanding, still not knowing, like not giving clarification. And this might be on purpose from this X's, intentions. But it's something that I think you have to take for what it is. And in the present energy, focus on yourself and your own family, and um, staying in the bunkers or the shelters of where you feel safe. So if that is with your children, or if that is doing your side hustle, or if that is concentrating on your job, or self-love, focus, then that's where you need to be in the month of January. It has to be a place where you feel safe, where you can still keep on your path and move forward. Now, what this is saying is that shortly after, there could be communication that is brought in, that, or an understanding, or you're understanding the situation for what it is, you're trying to get to where you feel safe, what you're comfortable with, but then there's going to be some type of decision that's made in regards to that ex-partner, and that is causing, some concern for you. Let's pull some tarot on this. And the block is just healing, traditional values, just really looking at it from a 3D versus 5D perspective, potentially. Okay, tell me about, okay. So this is about balancing out, having the ability and the logical sense, the know-how to understand what is going to bring you happiness, and becoming your own emperor in this energy. And this is just talking about in the month of January. For now, there could be other situations and things that are happening with this situation that it's not for you to focus on. What you're focused on is having the truth about what's going to make you happy in the present moment. They call it the present because, like a gift, we are given the present moment so that we don't let life pass us by. And that's why we are reminded to stay in the present moment. And the present moment is that moment that you're in at this time, with this information as it is, not what it could be, not what it's going to end up being, not what it might be, not being worried about it, not being concerned about it, but staying in the present moment. And the present moment is the facts, the data points, the data, the stats, the information that you have at this moment, at this present moment, staying neutral for whatever happens, but taking control of your own emotional happiness wherever that is, that you can feel safe, where you can heal, grow, focus on yourself and your family, or focus on, just where healing might, it's a space within that neutral, stoic area, that healing, either within yourself or within a situation, or what's currently happening with the information that you have, can take place. And it really feels like this is out of your hands. This is where you need to focus. And then this is almost like a wait and focus where you need to feel, where you can, things that you can trust, and what the truth is about being able to trust, because things are going to get moving pretty quickly as you take charge of, your own energy and where your focus is and what you're giving to reciprocally. Okay. So, all right. Let's see, okay. Well, I didn't even get a chance to ask, but this wants to come out. So I want you to see all of these major arcana cards. Whoa. All right. So we've got, can you see that? Oh yeah, you can. So, Temperance, Strength, the Nine of Pentacles, the Lovers, and King of Cups. Okay, hold on just one second, because I'm actually, all right, give me 1 second, because I want to actually overlap with these energies. Tell me about Temperance and Strength. Okay, Strength and Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles and Lovers. Because I wanted to pull a storyline together for you here, since it offered all those cards. Okay, so you have Playing Victim, Missed Opportunities, Collaboration, and Find Your Zen. Okay, so this is either a message where in the month of January, through the focus of, and the truth of the information that you have at present, you might be in a different energy, like from one moment to the next, being that the confusion is causing a negative mindset. And, or this could be the person that is attached to your energy. This is their energy. So connect it where it fits. But there is a real self-fulfilling prophecy happening, or a, like this says, playing the victim. It's a, almost like a, having to put yourself in that neutral zone, because maybe this confusion, or maybe something came in, there was information that came in, or something happened that got confusing for you and took you off of this healing path that you had been on, or this good place that you had been on. It was like another testing moment. And maybe you expected something else to happen and it didn't end up that way. And so you got into this, or you will get into this negative mindset for just a moment though. And so you, or they have, and this is something that they're recognizing. They are they're getting whatever help, or you are getting whatever help, whether that is just getting back into that Zen place, that place where you feel trust, or this could be just having enough courage to create a harmonious energetic field, I guess you could say. Well, field. I'm kind of, I guess, taken aback because I didn't even see the field when I said that. So I must have been something that needed to be said. But like you're creating this energetic field, or they are, in regards to potentially confusion or misinformation, or things that they believe to be differently about you as an ex-partner. Or this could be something for you about your ex-partner or ex situation, or this could be something for them about some ex on their side, or an ex situation from previous before this. I hope that makes sense. But it's finding the courage to bring, no matter what the information is, although it's confusing and it could put you into a negative energy, this information that comes in, it's going to be up to you to take this energy and the courage and the strength to put it into a neutral zone, because the energy is saying that you'll be able to take charge of this when there is a better platform, or better timing, maybe a better setup for right now in the month of January. And again, I say this is the energy in January that's playing out. However, you might not hit this timeline until later, and timeline meaning this situation or this energy. As Steve explains it, and I think it's important to explain, it's like cars on a highway. There's always that mile marker, or there's always that, pothole in the road, and cars hit it at different times. It's still the same. That pothole is still the same. This energy is still the same, but your car might cross it at a different time than somebody else's that's actually on this energy timeline. Hopefully that makes sense. So with the information or the confusion or whatever comes in, that they could be, going through some karmic lessons and being tested, and you're unfortunately being used as a pawn in this, not by them, but by the universe. It's needing to use you in a situation to test somebody else, or test a different situation. So it's saying you need to find the strength, or they will be tested and they'll need to find the strength to get out of this energy of playing the victim and feeling sorry for yourself, and not get in that Eight of Swords, self-fulfilling prophecy. So then as this energy moves forward, right, it continues with, if you don't get in the safe space with the truths that you have at this moment and stay in the present, right, and almost like the Nine of Pentacles and strength, almost having that, like taking that field, right, that field that you placed around you, and then separating yourself from whatever's happening here, or whatever, you had to become okay with. And meaning it's not something that you have to, you just have to accept it for what it is. Because there's situations here, or other people, or other things that you can't control, but you can control what's in the present, like I mentioned. So becoming independent from whatever this is, you've had the strength to, like, to give you a more 3D reality example, like getting information that really pisses you off, and instead of losing it, become neutral about it, knowing that it's probably going to change, and then being able to not dwell on it, right? And not create a self-fulfilling prophecy, but not miss opportunities that are in the present because you're too focused on the past or whatever. This confusion or this could be misinformation. Again, I really feel like saying this situation on this side, or this mishap or miscommunication or intentional confusion, I feel is almost in January a test, the universe using you as a pawn, not in a malicious way, not in, obviously, because the universe is just needing you to play a part to potentially test, or this could be your person who's playing a part to potentially test things on this side, so that decisions and karmic lessons and strings that are still attached, or open-ended issues, whatever, can be resolved. And that's why it's important for you to get into this. They might be using you as a pawn, but it is only to test somebody else, and it really has nothing to do with you. So you need to become independent of that so you don't miss opportunities. And then you're going to have the ability to be in a neutral place to make the best decisions when it comes down to then potentially, once this is managed and handled, if this comes in a different energy, you'll be able to make decisions based on that. And it'll be more of a level-headed, right, situation where you can potentially collaborate and get things ironed out in less of maybe an emotional state when this really didn't even concern you, but this does. And I think that's why ex-partner is here and here. I think this is about maybe what's happening on their side, and then that has to be resolved, but you're pulled into it because the energy is attached. But then in the end, there's a potential that maybe they're able to get free from that, and this is my potential final outcome area, and this is what is upcoming in the near future, right? And so this ex-partner or ex-situation might bring a stressful situation in, but again, you have become, you staying in the present and staying where you feel safe, so that even if there's a stressful situation that is brought in by an ex-partner, you're going to be able to become an emperor and balance that emperor energy out with your empress energy, and be able to make a decision, a wiser, from a healed place. And then at that point, and the Lovers is about a decision too. So, and the Lovers is a very feminine, this is like Venus energy, right? And the Emperor is obviously very masculine. So it's about balancing those two out to be able to collaborate in the best way you can. And this could be business situation as well. And again, this could be the situation of your person, the best decision of investment being made, which will then help this outcome of finding your Zen, finding that neutral zone, learning about that neutral zone. If you've already learned about this and how important it is to just let whatever happen. This is about, King of Swords and Emperor is about having control. However, the Temperance card, the angel energy, and having the strength to hold back, that would be about, and becoming independent is surrendering, letting things be what they're going to be, and just going with the flow, following on the river, floating on the river. And the King of Cups and the King of Swords, obviously, in your head versus being emotionally stable. And that's why being in the present is so important, is because it's going to get you to this outcome when it comes to this choice. I hope that makes sense. Phew. Okay. So that is where the energy is at for you in January. So again, remember, come back to this reading if you have to. Remember that this situation might very well not have anything to do with you. So you have to just remain where you feel safe and what you need to focus on. And that's going to be beneficial for you moving forward in making decisions about potential situations that come in. Maybe, and this says stress. Let me clarify that stress real quick, because I want to know if that is from this ex-partner. There's some confusion or something happening on this side that's being managed or handled, but it doesn't mean, I think in, let's see, I can't remember whose read it was prior to this. Maybe it was Gemini's reading, where yes, it was, where they had, Gemini or Gemini's person had a bunch of crows, and there was like a moment of movement forward finally, and fast movement forward. However, there was one crow that was still following the Knight of Swords. I think it was the Knight of Swords. energy. And I said that that could be possibly baggage. And it's kind of the same thing. I told you that yours and Gemini's read, you know, the energy is just kind of overlapping. That could be, even though this might, for the most part, be taken care of, there still might be burdens or some baggage left over as potentially they come in. And these are going to have to be things that you consider in your decision. So what is the stress? Okay. I'm supposed to do this. What is the stress? Okay, that one's the one that poked out. Okay, so just like what I said, this is disoriented. So illusions, fear, anxiety, secrets, lies, need to confront feelings of inadequacy, unclear emotions, risky decisions. So this could have been feeling out of control. That stands out to me. And trickster energy. This is Cancer. This is the reverse of the exploration, disoriented. This is helping you from whatever stress is being caused by this. As you are, you know, in this confusion, this is keeping you from being disoriented, from you making a decision that is based on maybe half-truths or misinformation. And this could be being brought to you by this situation or this person, whoever this is or whatever this is in your life. And the stress of potentially being confused, disoriented, the universe, the energy is saying that you're going to be able to take control of this decision of whether maybe you want to collaborate with somebody, maybe somebody's coming back and you get to make a rational decision with your masculine and your feminine balancing out. And it could be a twin flame or soul connection, but there's going to be a decision made on, you know, how much you want to give to this, or the decision about whether you want to give to this. But the stress is going to be potentially disorienting from this situation. But you're being told that it's going to be challenging, because this is the block. The spiritual and the healing card is a block. So this is saying, if you have this read, maybe you can put yourself more in that present moment, stoic, neutral energy to be able to find your balance and be able to make this decision. So it's kind of, I mean, it's saying the same thing. I'm sorry if I'm saying it over and over and over again. I'm trying to get across what I'm feeling. And I think that's just the big message, is this is where you need to be. You've got to find this point where you're focused on yourself so you're not missing opportunities, and especially an opportunity to find your Zen, because that is going to be super beneficial in making this decision. So anyways, hopefully, Cancer, that helps you, and you have a great January, and I will connect with you on the next read. Take care. Bye.